Today in this video, I want to talk about the best investments you can do and the investment you should not do right now in Cove Tanks. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video for me. Beast is my name. And today, as I already said, I want to talk about the best investments you can do on heroes right now in the game. So, I would say we jump directly into the video and start from the bottom with money only heroes. Well, as we all know, Hylia and Horse you can only buy from the VIP packs, which costs you real money. So you can't use any tokens on them. You can't buy them from the dailies in the shop. You need to buy them only, or you can buy them only from the VIP packs. And for that, you also need to unlock the VIP level, which also takes, first of all, some time. So yeah, are they worth it? That's the question. Yes, they are definitely worth it if you have the money. Buy Lilia for sure. Lilia is like right now top one mage hero which you have in the game, and Horse is a really good commander when it comes to archers and pairing, for example, with Kinara as a secondary. So they are definitely worth the money, but for that you need to have money, of course. Then we have the free heroes. And where you see Indus as the Gathering, Legendary Commander, I think it's clear you're getting it per day, free tokens if you invest the Dragon Coins. And then you have the only two epic commanders which I think are really worth to invest in, and that is Warrior and Aetius. Well, both of them you can get pretty fast and pretty cheap. For example, if you choose League of Order at the beginning, you're getting a lot of Warrior tokens at the beginning from the stories. And then you have also the dailies where you get 2 per day, and then you have all the epic tokens which you get from events, and maybe if you buy something. And then also Aetius, as you all know, Teia Aetius or Aetius Teia is a really strong match, which is also getting used by top players. And you should definitely not underweight that match with Celestials. It is really strong. So yeah, but these two you should invest over time. You know, for free. It's pretty easy, to be honest. Pretty easy. Then we have the don't invest commanders or heroes. So here's now the thing. Garwood, Bakshi, Ambrose, and Nika, you're getting all from gold keys. You know, when you open the gold keys, you have a chance of getting a legendary commander, and if you have, you're getting maybe one of these. And Maidline is a real commander, which you should not invest, in my opinion, anymore with the new infantry commanders which just came out. So Garwood is a really strong infantry march, but I think is not really worth investment. You know, same with Medline. They were, before the new heroes came out, the best infantry march which you could get, the most tanky one, and doing also a lot of damage still. But the new infantry commanders are just so OP, you know. And I also talked and asked infantry mains what they think, and yeah, that's the answer, you know. Same with Bakshi and Ambrose compared to Forwandi and Theodora, you know. They were really strong, but also my honest opinion, I don't think they're really worth the tokens to invest in. A 5111 Bakshi with a 5111 Ambrose is totally fine, you know. You're doing good damage. And yeah, I mean, you also need to think about we don't have, like in Rise of Kingdoms, we have a range and range system, you know. So Cav heroes are completely useless in open field fighting. They just getting shredded as hell, man. You're running in with your Cav, you are dead like 1 second later. So that's also something which you have in your mind when you're gonna invest into heroes, you know. Where is or what is your role in the fighting? What do you wanna do? And what do you think can do the most damage to the enemy with your account? If you focus in Cav, then sure, they might be an interesting investment for you. But in my personal opinion and based on how you want to play the game, I don't think it's worth to really hard invest into cav or infantry commanders. That's why basically 5 of them, or all 5 of them, are melee. It's melee infantry and cav. And also with a point, like I said earlier, you're getting them from gold keys, at least 4 out of them. So you can invest them over time. For example, my ambush is 5143 or 5142 something after 9 months, just with gold keys or mainly with gold keys. Same with my Nika. Nika is like 5521 or something. I don't know, just with gold keys. So it's not like you cannot get them pretty fast up. But you should just invest, you shouldn't invest them and just get them over time with the gold keys, in my opinion. If you have invested, for example, on the wheels for Bakshi or on embers from the strongest lord, same with Medlane from the wheel. If you have the money for that, sure, why not? It's gonna make you pretty strong in season 1. But don't forget that if you can only invest one time, for example, into Real or TSA, and you push for that, you should consider yourself is it really worth for pushing like an Embers instead of a Theodora? Like, yeah. Then we have a low priority. What do I mean with that? Low priority commanders, I mean to still invest, but I think more like in a slower way instead compared to worth invest commanders. So for example, my Velen, I have Awaken, but I has mostly just bought him from the dailies. Same with Nico, same with what I'm gonna do with Taya, these are commanders which are really worth investment, but I think it's not like the top. It's not really the top which you want to have immediately max. For example, a 5111 Velen or a 5111 Nico is totally fine. You are totally fine with that, especially in season 1. You're totally fine with that. Trust me, guys. And Atea is, you need to have the Celestis first of all for that. And a 5111 Taya with a Awakened Aetius, for example, with a full Celestial March is also totally fine. You're doing a lot of good work with that. But they are not that high for me, and based also on the opinions from others, that they like need to be as fast as possible awakened. You can have them on the level which is not awakened, and you find that, like I said before. And Theodoro, I think is worth investing, but for Rondi, I think it's just a better hero. And here we come again to the point of calves. The difference between Rondi and Theodoro is that Rondi you can use for flying calves. And flying calves gives you a higher mobility. You can fly over river, over mountains, with, for example, Fuega or with Taya. That's why I think he is worth investment, and you can do more stuff with a flying calf instead of with a ground calf. That's why for Rondi you see is worth investing, and Theodore is low priority. And now we're coming to worst worth investing. You see there already Kinawa, one of my favorite commanders in the game. I love her. She have a great kit, great talent trees. She is like a perfect archer commander, which you can pair either with Nico or with Horse and you shredding the enemies. It's really insane what you can do with that March or with her as a priority hero. It's literally insane. As you may also know from my video which I have made about this bit destroys your enemy, where you see Kinawa Fuega paired. Bro, this commander is like literally a must-have investment. It's a really must-have investment, especially if you are T5 or like a good spender or an archer main player. Then is Kinawa the commander which you really want to go for. Like, really, guys, trust me. Sindrian is same as Kinawa, a really worth investment, The difference here is just that Kinawa you get from the real, so it's more available for people to get her faster awaken, while Sinian is in the strongest lord, which is, competitive, and a lot of spenders are participating in that. So it's not easy to get Sinian tokens. So Sinian um will take more time to awaken. So here's the thing: if you are, for example, an Archer main player, and you're spending a good amount of money, then I would say save your tokens for Symbian to immediately awaken him. Symbian is really, really powerful, especially paired with Fuega. You don't do a lot of counter attack damage, or like your kit is not based on counter attack damage, but on normal attack damage and normal crit damage. And this is what he with Quager paired can do, man. Holy shit. The crits I see sometimes is literally insane. And then if you are T5 and T4 is attacking you and you're not focusing the T4 and just doing the counter attack, it's still really high because you're either T5 or high power player, high power T4 player, or just an archer main, it's insane, what you can do with Sinvian. And he is really, really worth investment. I think Kinawa is more worth to invest first, to get her first awaken. Also, the thing is, Sinvian is a season 2 commander, so he will be available anyway, not in season 1. So you should definitely save your tokens for Sinduan instead of investing, for example, into a Nico. Nico is not that worth us investing into Sinduan or Fuega. Now we're talking about Fuega. Fuega, same with Kinawa, you get her from a wheel, and she is really, really a good investing. As you see, or as you know, I don't have Awaken. Basically, by the fact that the 310 tokens, I think the last 4 upgrades cost you, it's just not worth it. From her crit, like what do you get from the Awakened skill? You get 200 more damage on your skill damage, and that's it. And the fourth skill is giving you a March speed buff and a debuff, a wage accumulation debuff on the enemy March which you're attacking. So it's, in my opinion, not really worth for 310 tokens to invest in. So it's even easier to get her faster finish because you need only the half of the tokens which you would need, for example, for Okinawa. Because you only, in my opinion, need her at 5551. And then you're fine with her. Totally. You don't need to have her awaken. Definitely not. It don't make a hype difference, in my opinion. You just need to have a 5551 and you're totally fine. And yeah, as I said, Sinwin for Ega is like, for some people top 1 Archer March, for other people top 2 Archer March. For me personally, I think Kinawa Nico or Kinawa Horse is better than Sindian Frega, basically just on the fact that they do counter attack damage. And since Archer players or Archer Marches getting focused by multiple Marches anyway, it is worth more investing into counter attack damage instead of into normal attack damage, but they are still worth it. You can do a lot of damage with that, even on the open field, and especially also Behemoth. Like, this is the top 1 Behemoth March which you have right now in the game with Sindian Fuega. Yeah, about for one day I already talked about. Like, Flying Calf Hero, Season 2 commander, really good kid, can do a lot of damage, high mobility because he is a flying hero. Even when it calf, he is worth investment and you can do a lot of damage. And I saw that what he can do as a flying calf in the background, killing the reinforcement marches, which is already such a high it's gonna help your team a lot if you kill all the time the reinforcement. Like focusing mages, for example. What do like, think about that. You're getting attacked by a Fuwandi Fuega, for example, or Fuwandi Teia as a Lilia villain. what do you want to do against this cav march? Nothing. You can't do anything unless you are T5, you know? This is like cav in a 1v1, picking out mage marches especially, is really, really strong. So this is why I think he is definitely worth investment. And why you should look for getting him. And also he is a wheel command, so you can get him pretty easy on a high level. And now we have the newest commander which came out in Call of Dragons, Gorish and Skogurin. These two is like insane, literally. Like if you are T5, like a strong T5 player, like get this march. Bro, like literally, get this march. Is insane what you can do with that march. Yes, they're infantry, and yes, they're getting attacked by a lot of marchers, but the kit from them, and based on the fact that they are focused on doing counterattack damage, it's insane. Like this is basically a better pair, or like an upgrade for Maitland Nika. Maitland Nika were also made for doing counterattack damage as an infantry, you know? While Maitland Garwood, for example, were just stupid tanky and not killable. But Gugu and Gorish, or I hope I named them correctly, they are tanky as fuck, you know, and doing also a lot of damage. So these two are definitely worth investment for infantry main players, for T5 players, like high weights. It's really worth it. Like really, really worth it. What they can hold and what they can do as counterattack damage is really, really insane. So, yeah, try to get them. If you're an infantry main player, save your heads for them. Don't invest into Nika, Maitland, or Garwood. Save your tokens for these two commanders. And you're totally fine. You're gonna do good damage. It's gonna help your team a lot. For example, pushing over a bridge, or like, you know, pushing into the enemy. And as you always know, infantry getting mostly focused as first. And both of them awaken, gonna do a lot of damage, and gonna be really tanky. But yeah, the priority of worth investment is like from left to right. So you should focus on getting like Kina of Scindian first, then for Jäger, for Randian, then the infantry. But here, again, it depends on what type of player you are. Like I said, if you're an infantry player, then you're of course not gonna focus on archers, and you're gonna mainly focus on infantry. So yeah, that is my opinion about what is worth to invest, what is not worth to invest, and I hope it's gonna help you deciding in the future if you may be starting a new account, if you may be trying to fix your current account, what is worth investment, what is not worth investment, based on my experience, which I got from now already playing 9 months a game on my main, where I'm also T5. So yeah, I got a quite few experience. I also have played in the beta, and yeah, that's what I think is right now the best investment which you can have in the game. As you know, we're gonna have soon new mages coming out. So once these are out and once people getting used to the new mages, I'm probably gonna do another best list and updating it basically. And yeah, I hope you have liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a like and a comment if you have any feedback. And with that said, guys, I'm out. Wish you a great day, and we see us on the next one.